Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable speakers, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the occasion. We are very excited to present our paper entitled Blessing in Disguise, Opportunities and Challenges of Green Cities Development Amidst COVID-19 Crisis in Indonesia. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Abdul Fikri Anggareksa and my colleague is Ayu Novali Sandi. We both are researchers from the Center of Area Studies at the Indonesian Institute of Sciences, or LIPI. One of our main research interests is in sustainable cities. So, this is the outline of our presentation. Without further ado, let's start with the backgrounds of our studies. As we are already known, Indonesia has been experiencing the COVID-19 crisis impact hardly. More than 180,000 people are infected, and it has been creating chaos in the economic and livelihood aspect as well as health and infrastructure, especially in the city as the hotspot of COVID-19 outbreaks. Despite the notorious impact, some experts convinced that the COVID-19 crisis brings a positive impact on urban development. The COVID-19 crisis is an opportunity to reshape the future of the city into more inclusive and environmentally friendly. In Indonesia, many urban people have turned their daily life into a green lifestyle. For instance, in this picture, we could see the rising of cyclists in most of the cities in Indonesia. On the individual or household level, urban farming and gardening are also sort of emerging trends. Urban people grow their own food such as banana and different kind of fruits or vegetables, not only due to physical distancing policy, but also to keep their body and mind healthy. As some studies reveal that green infrastructure is actually could benefit a lot for the people. Apart from making people physically and mentally healthy, it also could provide ecosystem services, recreational purposes, and also biodiversity conservation. The rising of green community amidst the COVID-19 crisis in Indonesia is in line with the goal of future cities in Indonesia based on the National Planning Agency or Bappenas that consists of livable, competitive, green, resilient, and local urban identity. Many people would argue that COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise for urban green infrastructure in Indonesia. However, is the COVID-19 crisis will genuinely improve the development of the green city in Indonesia? So this paper seeks to answer two research questions. First, how has the pandemic changed the lifestyle of urban people into what's so-called urban green lifestyle? Second, what are the opportunities and challenges of green city development amidst COVID-19 crisis? In terms of methodology, we utilize qualitative methods with a semi-ethnography approach. We started with a structured literature review and secondary data collection. Next, we conducted qualitative interview with the community, the government representative, and NGOs. Also, we did observer participant where we could experience the situation and condition of the COVID-19 crisis directly. And as you know that we both living in the city context as well. Moreover, the next step was data analysis and the last was the data presentation. Before we talk further about the opportunities and challenges of COVID-19 for urban green infrastructure, we would like to remind you all about future Indonesia cities goals that derive from new urban agenda and sustainable development goals. According to Bappenas, one of the long-term goals is green city that resilient from climate change and disaster risk or crisis. There are 8 attributes of green city and we would like to emphasize the green community in this paper. This is one of example of the green community in Bandung that is quite emerging during the pandemic. The member of this group is a part of Parti Gastronomi, which focusing on Indonesian culinary project. So they are all actually is a Indonesian culinary enthusiasts. Since the COVID-19 crisis, they expand their movement into urban farming. They call themselves Indongabon, where they harness abandoned land into urban farming. As you could see, the drastic difference between the before and after picture. So what does it mean for the urban green infrastructure? We notice at least four main points as an opportunity of the COVID-19 crisis. The first is new normal as a cultural adaptation that leads to community-based initiatives such as, Indongabon, and also what we stated in the introduction. The second is raising awareness of environmental issues. Nowadays, people are more physically active and mentally sane with the what's so-called urban green lifestyle. The third is the number of cyclists has increased by 1,000% could potentially push the government to develop more green transportation projects as one of the green cities attributes. And the last is opportunity to build back better, particularly to redesign city that inclusive and sustainable. And on the other hand, there are so many challenges, but we only note at least three main points. First, urban financing. As we know, that lack of attention to green infrastructure development due to the government focused priority on COVID-19 management. At this time, the government priority is only focused on economic recovery programs, so it can be like urban green infrastructure will left behind. And the second is political commitment to both local and national authorities that very dominant to determine where the city goes after the pandemic. And the third is the sustainability of the green community movement itself, since it's very difficult to assess the green community is really genuine or to create more sustainable and green space. In spite of many people have experienced the benefits of green lifestyle during the crisis, such as fresh air and natural food, but it's not necessary to make the green community itself like a sustainable because they are just want to show their lifestyle. Last, as a conclusion, we would like to convey three messages that intertwine one another. First, the discussion on how to redesign the urban landscape and urban architecture in the time of pandemic and post-pandemic has been increasingly rising. The future of green cities in Indonesia will be bright after the COVID-19 pandemic, but it's also like a question mark. The second, the study recommends the integration of those priority programs and urban green infrastructure development, or we call it nature-based solution. And the third is a future orientation is linked to the cultural ecology that should become one of the baseline studies for Indonesian green cities projects. I think we are going to stop our presentation here. Should you have any questions or comments, let us know. Thank you so much for listening.